Hello and welcome to the show. We are your hosts, Ethan and Sachin. Today, our guest, Safik Gunjala. Hello, Safik.
Hello, Ethan. Hello, Sachin.
Okay, so today's episode, the theme. This is episode 4, by the way. The theme is animals. All right, we're gonna start with our backgrounds. I'll start, then Sachin goes, and then we're gonna do our guest's background with animals. So I watch a lot of like animal TikToks. There's a guy who's like knows a lot about animals. He'll show a funny video of like I don't know a whale exploding, and then he'll explain it.
Is it
So I like
Casual
those.
Geographic?
No, he's like a black guy who like talks into his earbuds.
I'm pretty sure that is Casual Geographic.
Okay, okay, all right. And I also play. I like the Animal Planet as a kid. I own 2 dogs, and I play Animal Crossing. So like I'm an expert in animals, so to say. Sachin, what
Um,
about you?
well, I'm less experienced with this. I play Pokemon. Yeah, that's it. Cool.
Sachin or Savik, how about you? What do you know about animals?
Like, what's your
So
experience?
similar, yeah. So similar to Ethan, I get a lot of my animal knowledge and animal enthusiasm from social media. For example, on Instagram, I follow, Instagram or monkey accounts. For example, there's one called Limbani, who's like this chimp that's being raised in Miami, and it's a really nice account. And also, yeah, TikToks. I see a lot of animals on TikToks, and yeah, I did see some videos about whales exploding and stuff. So there's sparse knowledge from wide variety of sources.
All right, all right. So what's your first impression on animals? Give us a gut reaction. I say animal to you. What do you think?
I think like a
Monkey.
beast or not. Yeah, like that counts too. Like it's just like it's like something alive and moving that's not human.
So humans
I
are
usually think of
animals.
Job.
Well, humans are definitely animals. It's just that the connotation of the word animal, I kind of separate it.
Yeah.
It's more of
Okay,
like
I
a
get what you mean.
beast. Yeah.
All
I
right.
think of Job. Job DeCalos.
Uh,
Our episode 1 guest.
I see. Yeah, he is a monkey enthusiast himself.
oh yeah,
I
Ethan.
do
You remember
suppose.
in episode 1 when you were talking about like the Ice Age characters, and I said
Oh yeah,
save
yeah,
that for episode 4. So you
yeah.
can talk about that now if you want.
All right, so Savik, you can jump in on this too if you have the same. So I'm just saying, I brought this up in episode 1. The characters in Ice Age are way more attractive than they have license being. You feel me? So
Okay.
like the mammoth and his wife. Well, more the male mammoth is more attractive, and then Diego's wife, and then the female three-toed sloths, and
Mhm.
then and then the little weasel guys.
Yeah.
I
They're
think the
way more
opossums.
attractive than they should be. Yeah,
When you say
I'm
attractive,
just
do you just mean like appealing or
sexually.
huh?
No, I mean like, like how
So are
like
we cutting that out or not?
we're not cutting that. We're not cutting that out. Like how animators to draw man animal, they just draw it like kind of bottom heavy, kind of like thicker jawed, and to draw
Yeah,
female animal, they give them breasts.
I know what you mean. Yeah.
Yeah, except the three-toed sloths, I don't know. They fall in the niche where you know you get what I'm saying, right?
Yeah, I do. I get what you're
Hop on,
saying.
hop on this train with me.
Well, in my opinion, like in the characters in Ice Age, they're like all extinct animals, such as like the woolly mammoth and the saber-toothed tiger. I
Yeah.
think that's what it was called. Um, but I never really viewed them in a appealing manner the way you see it. I just
What about the
consider
baby? A
Uh,
lot of people don't like the baby. There's a lot of memes
they.
floating around of
Oh
like
yeah,
I would like butcher that kid.
I thought it was just like I mean, I get what they're coming from. It's just like it has that face that
Yeah.
you want to
Yeah, it has
punch.
a very like mashable
When
face.
you said the baby, I just thought of like a one video like referencing the baby meme and stuff, and it was related to this baby also.
God, the baby. Okay. All right.
But yeah,
So, what cartoon animals do you find attractive?
What?
uh, um, I wouldn't consider animals as attractive because as a human,
Uh
I'm
huh.
attracted to humans. So unless humans are considered animals, which they are, that is what I'm attracted to.
You know what a Vaporeon is?
Yeah.
All right. Now we're gonna move into the explanation of the theme, right? So, Sachin, you're gonna lead this one off. You got it.
All right. So, what is an animal? A broad definition. Sadvik, would you care to explain what an animal is, or what you think an animal is?
I think that an animal is any organism that is considered as part. I think it's a kingdom of no, yeah, kingdom Animalia.
Yeah, that is correct. The animal kingdom has different divisions in it, and all of the constituents of it are considered animals.
Hmm.
And like Animal Kingdom comprises of like six different lands, like the Oasis, Discovery Island, Dino Land, USA, Africa, Asia, and like Pandora, the world of Avatar. Honestly, it's some mid as far as Disney theme parks are concerned.
Okay. I did go to Animal Kingdom a few years ago, and then there was that one Avatar ride that I did enjoy.
It was really hard to read that with a straight face.
Watch the Bugs Life. The
The
Bugs
Bugs
Life,
Life was
like
a fantastic movie.
no, in Animal Kingdom, like the
Oh no.
attraction. Dude, I
I
used
don't
to
think I have.
cry on that every single time.
Maybe I
Because it
have.
was
Oh, how did
scary,
they go
or because
again?
it was sad,
It
or
was it was scary. It
Was it
was like
like a?
4D too, so they shot
Oh,
through at
it was
you.
like a yeah, it was like a movie theater, right?
Yeah, so like
Yeah,
a
yeah, yeah,
character would like explode and they shoot goo in your face and then you'd
yeah,
be like wet.
yeah. I
Yeah.
remember that. I do remember that. Yeah.
So what is the Animal Kingdom?
So as Sadvik said, the official name is Kingdom Animalia, and it's got. Hold on, let me count this real quick. Okay, I've listed here like 11 different phyla, and all of
Hmm.
them have names that I'm gonna butcher. Uh, I
Alright, go
think
for it.
phylum Porifera. Sadvik, do you know these names or no?
Pronunciation no, but that does sound familiar.
Yeah. So that one is like sponges and like marine animals with pores. Actually, a
Hmm.
lot of these phyla are for marine animals
Hmm.
because they're just a different breed
Breed.
from a different breed from like land animals.
Yeah.
And so like there's a bunch of these ones for like different like I guess you could argue more insignificant animals, and then like all the
Hmm.
important ones are in like one of them.
Yeah.
So there's like phylum Coelentera Coelenterata. Uh, all I've listed here is it just says we don't talk about that one. So
Ah.
I I don't know what past me had against that phylum, but whatever. We don't talk about that one. There's another phylum. Yeah, I'm not even gonna try that. It's basically the flatworms, like tapeworms and other things. And
Hmm.
then there's the nematodes in phylum Nematoda. They're like
Hmm.
bilateral, cylindrical. They got tissues but not organs, and they're basically more advanced parasitic worms.
Okay.
And then annelids in the phylum Annelida. They got organ differentiation, actual body cavities like earthworms and leeches. You probably know
Hmm.
some of this better than me because you're in biology, right? Do you guys ever cover this?
Well, no,
Um,
I'm just like smarter than you in general, but you can continue.
but in the curriculum that we have now, we don't go in depth with the kingdoms and phyla. We just need to know how like they're classified.
All right. And then there's the arthropods, phylum Arthropoda, largest phylum with most of the insects in it. And Arthropoda means jointed legs. And some
Hmm.
of their features are like an open circulatory system, which is kind of freaky in my opinion.
Yeah.
Partitions of the body.
So these so these guys are like the bugs, right?
Yeah, mostly bugs.
Hmm.
Because they also have like a head, thorax, and abdomen, and they
Yeah.
got an exoskeleton and compound eyes. And there's some examples are like butterflies, spiders, mosquitoes, and actually crabs. So crustaceans are part of this, which I didn't know before.
Hmm.
Did you know that?
Well, it kind of makes sense with the arthropod part, where it's like an exoskeleton.
Yeah,
So you've seen Hunter x Hunter, right?
Yeah.
I have not.
So you know what a chimera ant is, right?
Yeah.
So like you know how chimera ants are like hybrids, right?
Yeah.
So that lobster guy, that lobster chimera ant,
Yeah. The one that shot the guns from his like cloth.
yeah. So he's just an arthropod. What about some of the other ones? How would they line up with the phyla? What do you think?
That is interesting because it's like they're combining different. Because like when they to create a chimera ant, you eat like different animals, and then you
Yeah,
reproduce, and then you get that one combination one, right? So it's like
yeah.
it's weird because like they're well, I think each one had like a human element to them because
Hmm.
they all could speak, and that's like when they first started eating humans to produce the current chimera ants. So I guess all of them have like a chordata aspect to them. It's just like it's hard, it's kind of hard to identify because like they're a mix of different phylas and different animals. So honestly,
Yeah,
you could even classify it as its own phyla if they were to exist in real life.
that lion guy was just a lion,
True.
and
Well, he
also
did.
that girl that was walking with him. She was kind of weird. That was just a human.
Oh, yeah. A lot of them seemed like just like a human. It was kind of weird.
Anyway,
Yeah, moving on. There's also phylum Mollusca, which is like mollusks, I think, and
Mhm.
they are like aquatic and stuff with like an anterior head, muscular
Mhm.
foot, dorsal visceral mass, and like the examples are like snails, mussels, and octopus.
Mhm.
Also, there's the phylum Echinodermata, which is the marine animals with spiny skin and exoskeletons with calcium carbonate. So like starfish, sea urchins, and then I don't know if coral would fit into this or not. I feel like that might not. That might be debate.
I think coral is
Coral.
just like a polyp with some algae on it.
Mhm.
All right. So not an animal then. And then there's a phylum for Protochordata, which they have notochords, which is they're called chordates when they have those, and that's like
Mhm.
that phylum is exclusively marine chordates, and they only have rudimentary notochords. Uh, and notochords are like the cartilage spine kind of thing, right?
I suppose. I wouldn't know. I'm not a notochordate.
I mean,
I'm
are
part of
you?
the vertebrate gang.
Yeah, actually, that is the last phylum, Vertebrata, are arguably most important and advanced group of animals, and they got
Mhm.
all the systems like the digestive system, circulatory system, the skeleton that's internal. They got the organs, and then yeah, like the dorsal nerve cord and pharyngeal slits. I know you guys had to have learned about that one, right?
I know you skipped over something.
Huh?
I know you skipped over one of the key features.
Uh, oh, yeah, a post-anal tail, which interestingly It's never mind. Moving on.
I kind of wish humans had tails. Although it'd probably be a gross tail, you know what I'm saying? Like it wouldn't be like a Super Saiyan type tail. It would just be like a hairless kind of like, yeah, it'd be pretty gross.
It's like a appendage that's sticking out of us.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
dude, some
the
humans are
whole
born with
Saiyan
tails.
thing didn't make any sense with the tails. Like, how can you just remove them?
Yeah, they like rip them off, and apparently it hurt. Dang.
But yeah, so they got five classes in vertebrata, which is like Pisces, Amphibia, Reptilia, Aves, and Mammalia, which is
Mm-hmm.
kind of self-explanatory. So yeah,
Yep.
moving on,
So,
Ethan.
so speaking of Pisces, what's your star sign?
Uh,
You talking about like your zodiac sign?
Yeah.
I'm an Aries.
Ah,
I think I'm a Pisces also.
I'm a Scorpio, so we're water signs. That means we're highly compatible physically.
Moving
Aw.
on.
Moving
Uh,
on. You know the geologic history table time is, Savik?
Yeah, sort of, kind of. I'm not
Yeah,
an
so
expert,
like
but I'm familiar with it.
so those rock studiers, those geologists, paleontologists, they split up time periods because Earth it's been along for a long time. You know what I'm saying? Like
Mm-hmm.
4.6 billion years.
yeah,
So they
in
split it up
episode
into
one, he
eons and
said
eras.
6.4 instead of 4.6.
Oh, we're not gonna bring that one up. It's been around for a long time. All right, so it's split up into like I give or take 6 eras, right? Hadean being the oldest one. I think you said that, or Job said that. I don't know. Time means nothing. And then we're in the Cenozoic era right now, right? You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And of those eras, it's split up into eons, and those eons are split up into periods, and then epochs, and then what have you. So you know, it's like there's a couple mass extinctions. You got like some notable ones were like during the like at the end of the Permian time period, and
Mm-hmm.
then Cretaceous during the end of the Cretaceous and during the end of the Triassic. Those are big ones where a lot of things died. But
Yep.
who didn't die? The
Shark.
mammals, the
Oh,
winners, and
mammals.
sharks. Yeah, well, it's
And
just part of our
birds.
history.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're just natural winners. So I got this really cool graphic that no one could see that from Natural Geographic because I didn't want to look too hard for it. And they have like grayed out some of the extinct animals on this. It's pretty cool. Like turtles are farther back than humans are, and like, dang, these shapes are crazy, dude. Some of these look like actual Pokemon.
Yeah. And it's honestly crazy too. Is like in the ocean, there's like so much we don't know. Like there could be like honestly like it's a stretch, but what if there's like a whole civilization down there?
Yeah, that would be really cool. They'd probably be a lot cooler. Actually, I don't know because have you ever put two people or more than 10 people in a room together and they've like almost killed each other?
What?
See, I think
Mm-hmm.
humans
What
are
do you mean?
inherently
Have you
like
ever done that?
chaos. Have you ever left, the teacher, you're in middle school, right? The teacher leaves the 30, 40, 20 kids alone because she needs to grab something and it devolves into chaos. I think that's what it'd be like. If they're like trapped underwater for that long, like it would just devolve into like warlords and slums.
You know what's interesting is how you specified that the teacher is a she, especially after what's supposed to be episode 3. Anyway,
Anyway, so we're gonna move on. I have some stuff to share, some more animal knowledge to share. Hold on, I'm getting a message from. Oh no. Oh well. Okay. Sorry. So I actually, animals, they're cool, right?
yeah.
We keep bringing it back to Pokemon, right? So usually they draw this. Well, sometimes not usually. Sometimes they draw inspiration from like weird idiosyncratic features that animals have. Animal features, they're like superpowers, you know what I'm saying? So in this, I'm going to share a bit of cool animal features that I found. And then maybe you could share some too, Mr. Guest. Maybe you could share. All right?
Hmm.
So we gotta. Okay, so vultures, they eat bones. That's kind of metal. So their stomach acid is between 0 and 1 pH. That's very acidic. It can melt. It
Very.
could corrode iron, metals. So it's just so they can dissolve the bones.
Hmm.
Rhinos, their horns do not help your health. They're not medical, so they should not be killed. Save the rhinos. Because their
Hmm.
horns are made out of keratin, which is what makes your fingernails. So there's a theory floating around that lobsters, if you just like kept a lobster, it could become immortal if you just help it with the molting. Have you heard this?
I've not heard of that.
The immortal lobster cult? Yeah, they want to like buy a lobster, just keep growing it until its molt gets like until it becomes a leviathan. Yeah. But lobsters, contrary to cultish belief, are not immortal. Because molting takes energy, and some when the lobster gets older, they can't like expend as much energy as it takes to molt, so they just keel over and die. But there
Hmm.
is so biological immortality is rare, very rare. But there is this species of jellyfish called Turritopsis dorni, which is immortal. So jellyfish have two parts, well, two main parts of the life cycle called a medusa and a hydroid. So the medusa is like what you think of when it's a jellyfish. It's like the bulb and the tentacles, and the
Okay.
hydroid is like anchored to something. It's like a baby. Well, this jellyfish can cycle between the medusa and the hydroid repeatedly, and like theoretically infinitely, so it can live forever.
Nice.
Wouldn't that be cool?
No, it
That
would
would
not
be
be
cool.
cool.
Yeah, you could just like when you are at the end of your life, you just give birth to another baby, which is yourself.
That sounds like a really convoluted form of reincarnation.
But I feel like the jellyfish doesn't really care about it because I'm not really sure, but I'm pretty sure like they don't have like a central nervous system, right?
Yeah, they're a bit too simple.
So they just like do it, and then like they are what they are.
Yeah, I suppose. Uh, but like, oh, dude, if a human does that, they'd have to give birth at like 80 years old, and that would kill them probably.
Hmm.
Yeah, 80-year-olds giving birth, man,
Has that ever even happened?
crazy. I don't know. I don't think you look at some of the 80-year-olds. I don't think they have it in them to go down the stairs, let alone birth a child. You know what I'm saying?
I don't think that's possible biologically, at least for females, because like
Okay,
menopause and stuff.
the oldest
Oh, yeah, yeah.
the oldest person to give birth is apparently 74.
74.
That
Dude,
is
think of
that
how
is
many
actually impressive.
enchantments that baby came out with. Because the baby couldn't have been normal. Because like when you get older, your eggs get a bit like rotten. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
Mhm.
yeah.
Like the chance of like I think Down syndrome increases every so few years you get older. So that's why women don't wanna have children at an old age. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, that baby living with a grandma. Anyway, you know what Mad Lads is? Well, Mad Lads is a segment where we talk about famous scientists, you know what I'm saying? So we just, tell you some of their great achievements, why they're known. So the first Mad Lad, Carl Linnaeus, the
Yep.
Swede.
What can you
Yeah,
tell
he's
us
the.
about Linnaeus?
Tell us a bit.
So Linnaeus, he basically created the classification system.
Uh huh.
Uh, it was kind of, I wouldn't say revolutionary, but helpful in the sense that he created like a standardized taxonomy system to classify organisms. You know, because at that time there was like various like ways to classify organisms and stuff, and he finally like identified this one that could be used everywhere.
Yeah, it's called binomial nomenclature, and yeah, it
Mhm.
does make life easier because, like, if you think of, like a mountain lion. A mountain lion is like there's a bunch of animals that are the same, but they're called different things. Like a mountain lion has like 100 different names that I can't remember right now.
Yeah.
Like I think a bunch of animals are just a mountain lion, and people are like, nope, that we don't call them that. Like mountain lion, cougar, whatever. They're all the
Hmm.
same. It's like you know, you know,
Yeah. I know what you mean.
you
Yeah.
know, you know.
It's like the same thing with the Black Panther and something else. It's like it's like it's not like a panther, but it's honestly it's like something else. I forgot the
Oh,
other what's the
I get you.
something else was called.
Like you tell your parents, Mom, I want a dog. Well, dog is very imprecise. What if they give you like a
Yeah.
rat dog, like a Chihuahua, but you really
Hmm.
just wanted like a
A
Rottweiler?
Doberman. Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, Sachin, take it away.
Steve Irwin. I
Away.
feel like there's more to say about Linnaeus, you know? Like,
Well,
hold on. I
well.
just want to point out that binomial nomenclature is not always, like, the best. For example, when I went to Yellowstone earlier, I learned that the American bison, its nomenclature is bison, bison. You know, like, very original.
Well,
So,
it's the most bison, bison, I bison. You know what I'm saying?
I
Damn,
see.
there's a lot of awkward silences in this episode. This is gonna be a great listen.
alright. Anyway, moving on. Steve Irwin. So, Steve Irwin, as some of you might know, was the crocodile hunter, and that was also the name of his show, right?
Rest in
And
peace. Rest in peace.
rest in peace.
I never watched this show. I'll be real.
I haven't either.
Me either,
But
but
it
like you
was
know.
on Animal Planet, which is like I can get behind that.
Hmm.
Yeah.
And
But he did seem like a cool guy.
Yeah.
he died in 2006, so it wasn't. It was sort of recent, but not that recent. And
Hmm.
yeah, what else? Yeah, he was Australian and he was a zookeeper, and he got killed by a stingray, which is like
Yeah.
that kind of sucks, you know.
You see that video of him getting bit in the neck by a snake on live TV? Or not live TV, TV?
Uh,
I have
He's
no.
not.
like, he's like, this snake won't bite me right now because it's very calm. And then it just bites him in the neck and starts coiling his neck. And then the host is like, "Are you okay?" He's like, "I'm fine. Watch this," and he just takes it off.
That's cool. Yeah.
Probably one of the iciest moments on TV
That's
history.
pretty hardcore.
You
Imagine
know
he's like
his
with a lion.
his son kind of like carried in his legacy, and like you know he does a lot of stuff with animals, and like I don't know if he has a show or anything, but he you know he kind of like he's part of like a zoo, and he does a lot of shows there.
His son looks exactly like him.
You know.
Wasn't there some controversy about Steve Irwin though? Like,
If there is, I don't want to hear it because he's dead. He can't defend himself. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know. It's also coming from PETA, so you can
Oh
make
well,
that
we don't need
kind
to
of.
listen to that.
Hmm. I feel
PETA
like
like takes dogs and kills them. So
yeah, I feel like PETA has like good intentions, but like the way they execute this kind of stuff is not very. It's not very nice.
yeah. Next scientist. Next mad lad. Rachel Carson. She's a writer and a marine biologist. She wrote Silent Spring. So
That was like
which
in the
caused a lot
60s,
of
right?
Probably. I'm not even gonna front with you. I have 4 bullet points under her.
Yeah, it was written in 1962.
I have
Okay.
no idea who Rachel Carson
Apes
is.
shout out. Learn
So
this in
so like
environmental science.
you know pesticides.
Yeah.
So DDT is used to kill like
Oh, is
animals,
she
right?
the? Oh, I think I do remember
Yeah.
this one. Yeah.
So
Oh, yeah,
bald
I do.
eagles.
Miss
Yeah, bald
Allison,
Yeah.
eagles
shout
were
out.
eating the Miss Allison.
Yeah, I
So
made
bald
the
eagles were
eggshells.
eating they were eating the bugs with DDT in them, and their eggshells were like soupy. And then a bunch of
Mhm.
bald eagles died, which is like America's bird. It's our jam, and they just died.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
that's how high school teachers like teach bioaccumulation, right?
Yeah.
Is with
Yeah.
that classic example, I think.
Hmm.
So you know the Last Man Standing?
The term? Yeah,
It's
but
a
is it like
TV
a
show
no?
with Tim Allen on it. So Tim
Nope.
Allen works for this guy, right? He went hunting and he shot a bald eagle.
Hmm.
And the bald eagle had a tracker in him, but he didn't know what to do because it's illegal in America, obviously.
Yep.
So he just put it in the trunk of his car and drove around with a bald eagle, and he was planning to just shoot the bald, like kill the bald eagle, I guess, and bury him. Tim's boss. But then he opened the
Hmm.
trunk and the bald eagle flew out. Man,
Oh,
wouldn't it be like crazy if you're just like hunting for like pigeons or whatnot, and you just wing a bald eagle? Dang, dude.
yeah. They are endangered too, right?
Yeah, from this DDT, they are endangered.
Also, like wind
Yeah.
turbines. There was a whole FSA on that, wasn't there?
I don't know, but
At least
probably
one
wind
FSA
turbines.
article on that.
Dude, it's crazy, man. Like planes fly through the air, catch a bunch of birds, and then they explode.
Wow.
What about a sneeze?
That's it's kind of sad, like how a plane's weakness is birds. I mean, the only thing that could be, I guess, worse than that is like dying to a nut or something.
All right, okay, that's fair. Dude, imagine you're about to see your family for Christmas. You're on a plane, and you're like, "Oh, what a bird! Look at that nice bird!" And then it just like destroys the engine.
Hmm.
Man, what's your favorite bird topic?
I've never really thought about that. Let me think. Um,
Wait, why are we talking about birds on the animal episode?
Oh, that's a funny one.
Shout out to Miriam Shell. So let me think. Give me some examples of birds and let me see if I like them or not.
Chickens, pheasants, pigeons,
Peacocks,
eagles, hawks, vultures,
ostriches, penguins.
bats,
What
mollusks,
do you say?
I like
Bats?
peacocks.
elephants.
I do like peacocks.
Ah, peacocks. Cool.
Peacocks. Yeah.
They're goaded, I would say.
Hmm.
In Kung Fu Panda 3, 2,
It was two.
2. Yeah, he was so cool. He was icy.
Yeah, that was a white peacock, right?
Yeah.
Does that have to do with gender or anything? The peacock color, or is that just like a different species?
I
I
don't know. Maybe he just had albinism.
Yeah. I went to in India. I went to a zoo and stuff, and I saw a lot of white peacocks there too.
Dude, a lot of the animals in like South Asia are white. Like my
Hmm.
grandpa's farm has cows. All the cows are white. I guess because so much sun. If they were black, they'd die.
Mm.
But it's interesting because the people are dark,
oh, okay.
but the animals are white.
In so I saw this video. It's about like an orangutan, and it was albino. It looked really
Oh,
cool.
look like someone you know. All
Well, what?
right,
Uh,
Sachin. You're
What
taking
was
the
it?
next one. I gotta sneeze. I didn't say anything. You're taking the next one. I gotta sneeze.
what happened?
He was like, does it look like someone you and then he cut off? Like someone you know and then he cut off. So,
Well, check in the the thing we have. Send a picture of the orangutan.
I I don't see it yet. All right,
Oh, there it is.
I see it.
Oh, dude, that's cool. Dang, dude.
I didn't know some of these things were a thing. Like white peacock, I didn't know that was a thing.
Any animal can have albinism. I was on swim team once, and this guy, I'm almost certain he was albino, and he was doing swim team in a speedo, and I'm like, how are you not cherry red right now? I didn't
Kind of
say that to
dangerous
his face.
for kind of dangerous for albino people to like go out in the sun, right?
Yeah, and he was doing swim, so like always out in the sun. He was really playing with skin cancer,
Mm.
or
It
he's
can
just really
also
white.
like honestly lead to blindness too, right? Because like they have no pigmentation in their eyes. Like,
Oh, true,
can,
true, true.
All right, moving on to the guest
So, well,
segment.
hold on. Before you say that, like, so there was this like king in the past. He used to give people he didn't like albino elephants as
uh huh.
like a gift, but like it wasn't really a gift because it was such a financial. Like, if you said no, then you rejected the king's offering and you were like discriminated against. If you said
Hmm.
yes, you had to plunge in so much money because albino elephants, you got to keep it alive. You gotta like fan it, you gotta lotion it, you gotta sun cream it, you gotta shade it, you gotta feed it, you gotta clean up after it. So it just
Hmm.
sent them to like financial ruin with these albino elephants.
That's kind of
Yeah.
devious.
Yeah, it is devious. It's like giving your dirty smoker neighbor a white rug. All right, take it away now. Sorry.
All right, next segment is the guest segment, in which the guest asks questions they want answered about the theme. So, Sadvik, one of the questions you've given us is, why are some animals able to see a wider range of colors than humans?
I did
So,
say that.
That was a good question, Savik.
so what do you think the answer is?
Well, so I know that there's like this one. I think it's a hermit crab or something that can see like a wider range of colors. I think it's like I think we view like around like nine like main colors or something around that number, and then they can see like 15 or something like that. And I think it's because of something to do with like the receptors in their eyes, or um, something to do with that nature. But I'm not really too sure.
All right.
That was
Well,
very close.
Ethan, would you like to provide the answer?
Well, you were like very close. So like, in the eye, there are rods and cones, right? So
Yeah.
rods detect like yeah, are better in low light situations. And
Hmm.
cones are better in like highlight and they're good with color.
Hmm.
So animals seeing different have different combinations of like rod to cone ratio and different amount of cones and color sensitive pigments in their cones, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, like, for example, dogs have less cones, but they can
Yeah.
see better at night. So, dogs are like colorblind. Well, in reference to humans.
Yeah. I
So,
saw
like,
like a
dogs can
video.
see blue and yellow,
Yeah, I
but
saw
they
a
can't
video of
see
like
red and green. Uh huh.
I saw a video of like what a dog's point of view would look like, and it was just like all blue and yellow and grays and stuff like that.
Yeah. So, but like the thing you're talking about, it's the mantis shrimp. So humans have three color channels. It's red, green, blue, like RGB. Well, the
Hmm.
mantis shrimp has 12 color channels, so they can see more wavelengths of light, like UV and polarized light. And they
That's
also have
crazy.
compound eyes. Yeah, so they can see like it's hard to think about what they would see because it'd just
Yeah.
be so different and like seeing your whole life you can't even comprehend seeing other things.
Yeah.
Like blind people, when there's this blind YouTuber, right? He talks about like what do I see? And I don't think he really sees anything. Or he
Yeah.
can't really explain it in a way that makes any sense.
Yeah. And that's honestly like why the colorblind people, when they are able to see colors again with the glasses, it's like so overwhelming because like they're seeing something they've never seen before. It's like just imagine seeing like a color that you've never seen before. Like you might be thinking of something right now, but honestly, that's just a shade of another color.
There's a video of a guy, he has no right eye, I think. And people always ask him like, "What does it look like?" And he's like, "I can't explain what it looks like because there's nothing there. It's like, how do you see?" He said he explains it like, how do you see? What do you see out of your elbow? You don't see anything,
Hmm.
you know. So he has like
Yeah.
no eye. That's so trippy to think about. But
Yeah.
the
Like
cool thing
it's
is
just
he
an
has a
eye
Sharingan.
socket, or
Yeah. Well, he has like a meat thing there, so you could put like a fake eye over it, and he puts a Sharingan over it.
wait, like actually?
Oh yeah.
That's
Yeah, like a Sharingan eyepiece. Dude, I want to get one of those contact lenses that like put like a Sharingan on my eye.
Yeah, those are cool.
Or a Byakugan. Or like what's the no, not Byakugan, the
The Renegon.
Renegon? Dude, the Renegon would be nice.
Hmm.
I think you can get like an eye tattoo, but like it gives you like partial blindness.
That's foul. Eye tattoos are so nasty. Any tattoo that's not like on your
Where do they
skin.
where do they tattoo that? Like in your eye, like on the white part or like the
Uh,
Yeah, it's on the white.
dang. Let me look one up right now.
Oh, it's foul. They could also put like metal pieces in your eye to like float around.
That must hurt like crazy, right? Getting an eye tattoo.
Yeah, those people are crazy. Oh god, that's so gross.
Yeah.
All right, your next question. How strong is a mantis shrimp's punch?
oh, I think we've all looked at that video before of the mantis
Yeah,
shrimp just like demolishing the. I forgot what did it demolish in the video?
like
Oh,
a
it was like a
shrimp
crab.
maybe?
A crab's
Oh
like
yeah.
arm. He just like punches it off at
Yeah.
like light speed or something.
Well, it's like a 22 caliber bullet, like 15,000 newtons. It uses a latch system in its muscles, and it creates a low pressure bubble. There's a picture, not a picture. Oh, God, no, not a picture. It's like a funny meme where this guy's like, my face after I stick my balls into the mantis shrimp enclosure. Dude, that would do some serious damage.
Yeah.
It could even break glass. So I don't know how people keep mantis shrimps. If it just punches the glass, then it's like screwed itself, huh?
They might have to get like a special tank for that.
Yeah. Would you
I've
keep
seen
a
a
mantis shrimp?
No, bro.
no, but I've seen on like TikTok and stuff like people have like these cool aquariums of like jellyfish.
Mhm.
They
Yeah.
look really cool because they put lights and stuff in there. And
Oh yeah, yeah.
there's like this one guy I saw. He went to a Publix and got like a live lobster that's like meant to be
Oh,
cooked.
Leon?
Yeah, Leon. Yeah, or
Dude, that was nice.
this actually might have been YouTube actually. And then like he just put it in like a tank and raised and stuff. And like you know how when you get like a lobster, the claws are like rubber banded together.
Mhm.
Like when he like I think that basically caused like um the lobster to not be able to move those claws, but like over time is able to regain that dexterity. It's kind of
That's kind
cool.
of gas. Ugh.
So
I
yeah.
think I think Mike Tyson could punch a bit harder than that though.
Hmm.
Wait,
Dude, so hold on, Sachin. I need you to look up real quick how much a gorilla could bench press because I saw this on TikTok. A lot of information comes from TikTok. How much can a gorilla bench press?
Miriam Shaw sent me a little screenshot, and apparently it's like 4,000 pounds.
yeah, yeah, that's what Google
Yeah,
said.
so like the strongest human can only do like 1,000 some odd pounds.
Hmm.
The weakest gorilla, not weakest, but like an untrained gorilla, 4,000, dude.
That's crazy.
What did humans we gave up that strength just so that we can think, just so that we can have anxiety and panic attacks? I
It's
don't know if
you
it's
know
worth it.
it's crazy because like well gorillas are obviously it's massive and they look strong, but when you see a chimp, you might be like, oh, you might I think I could take that down. But no, like chimps. Thing about monkeys is that like they have like more motor neurons for their muscles, so like it fires like faster and like stronger, and it's just crazy how much strength they actually have. Like I'm sure you've heard of stories about how a chimpanzee has ripped off people's faces and stuff.
Dude, I don't know what I would do if I got attacked by a chimp. I'd probably just like fold.
Hmm. Have you ever seen like a picture of like a hairless monkey before, like a hairless chimpanzee? They're built.
Oh yeah, I saw that picture. Dude, they're so swole and they just eat like bugs and leaves.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, humans they eat like the most perfect diet you can, most varied and like measured diet,
Hmm.
and some of them are still not as built as that. This is a sad time. Oh, we forgot to ask you before, dude. That guy's swole. He's swollen. We forgot to ask you before of the Mad Lads. Who do you think would win the fight?
Like at a fist fight. Like,
Yeah, if they're all put in a cage, who would win? I think this one's
um.
easy.
Yeah, really easy.
So we had Linnaeus. Oh, Steve Irwin for sure.
Yeah,
Just because he was more outgoing and like involved in
he was
the
built.
hands-on.
Oh, this
Yeah.
man wrestled crocodiles. He's gonna
Yeah.
win.
Hold on, I didn't sneeze again. No, we're good. Next question. Satch, you take that away real quick.
Alright, you asked, how did whales come from land-dwelling mammals? Uh, do you know anything about that?
So evolution, right? So life pretty much started in the sea, and then eventually we got some microorganisms, and then those microorganisms came together, create some kind of like moving little organism with eyes and stuff, and eventually that fish grew legs and went on land. So it's interesting to see how like mammals that are predominantly on land eventually went back into the water as like whales and dolphins. That's what I was confused about. And I haven't done much research into it, but I think it has to do with how how like sea turtles they go back on land and then come back into the water.
Mm-hmm.
I think it has to do something with that and how like they just permanently stayed back in the water.
Well, I'll
Yeah.
answer your question, but like, would you push the first fish back into the water?
If I were there and like I saw
Yeah.
that fish
Would
coming,
you kick it back into the water?
Yeah, we talked
I
about this in episode 1, and Ethan was like,
I'd kill it.
I feel like I would be kind of freaked out, and then yeah, probably would.
no, he's saying like deliberately kill it. Stop it from going onto land
Yeah, I mean,
so that we don't exist.
oh, I would want to exist.
Ethan?
No, because like it would create a time paradox, right? If I went back in time and killed it, then I wouldn't exist, so I wouldn't have killed it in the first place. See what happens. Maybe it's like the every time you time travel, it's like multiverse type dealio. I don't know.
Casually
Anyway,
breaks the universe just cause.
yeah. So about the whale thing. So you know what an ungulate is?
I've heard of that, but I'm not really sure.
It's like a hoofed animal. You think of a moose. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So like one theory is that ungulates were just like eating vegetation in shallow water, and the shallow water helped them avoid predators. So they're just chilling in the water, and gradually their descendants got deeper and deeper into the water, and then gradually their hind legs became flippers, or their hind legs like shrunk and became flippers. Their front legs became flippers. Their hair decreased and they started making more blubber, and the ungulates gradually turned into whales. Is
Yeah.
one theory. I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah. We really can't know unless we were there.
Well, I was there.
Really.
Yeah, well, we did in episode 1. We did say that Job's mother was there, but like I don't think she was like paying attention too much to us to
I
really know. She was there. She probably just wasn't like watching it. You know what I'm saying?
see.
And your fourth and final question. Interestingly enough, does the megalodon exist? Well, short answer no. Sadly enough, no, because like it's too large. We would know. Like if we saw the movement down there, we'd know. Probably.
Do you think it
And
existed in the
then
past?
it didn't exist in the past because we have teeth evidence. I mean, here's another thing: teeth. Megalodon are losing teeth all the time. You know, like sharks are constantly growing teeth. Like their teeth never stop growing.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, the teeth. We don't have a lot of new teeth samples. And also, increasing water temperature, dude. Global change. The world is getting hotter. Some places are getting colder. Tides rising. So,
Mhm.
if it was, then it would have to move to places where it would simply not survive.
Mm.
So, sad answer, no, it doesn't. But the movie is still like, I don't know. I haven't seen the movie. Did you see Meg?
I've
No.
heard of it, but I've not seen it.
It didn't look too good. I'm not gonna front with you. I think it just like wanting to get the hype off of Jaws. Didn't look too
Mm.
hot to me, I'd say. But that's for me to know and for you to find out.
Wait, what is?
Megalodon's real. Oh yeah, did you hear there's like this they sent like a deep sea probe or something and it came back up with like bite marks and they recorded like weird sounds?
I did not know that.
It was on
Me.
CNN 10 once.
Yeah, there could casually be really freaky animals in the ocean we'd never know.
Yeah, it's like a big chunk was missing and they're like, what the hell's down there? And they're like, you know what? We don't know. Best not to know. So,
Like,
you
have
know,
you
you win
seen
some and
those
you lose some.
videos about like the freakiest ocean animals that could exist?
Oh yeah, they're really, I don't know, really messed up down there. Fish people, dude. Ugh.
Atlantis.
Atlantis. There's a bit to know about Atlantis, but that's a later time. All right, we so another segment we have is viewer questions. So we're a very popular podcast show. So our viewers sent in questions, and we answer these. But we'll give you the opportunity to answer first, right?
Okay.
So, what's your favorite animal and why? Which is sent in by Big Dog.
I said this before, but definitely a monkey. Because
Okay.
monkeys, I feel like, I love humans because I'm a human.
Hmm.
And monkeys are like the closest thing to humans, and they're just so fascinating. It's like,
I,
you know, humans, we use tools, but like monkeys also use tools. And like, sure, there are other animals who use tools, but like, monkeys are just like, their brains are like so smart compared to other animals aside from humans. For example, um, there's an experiment to where like they put a bunch of monkeys in a room with a banana hanging from a ceiling, you know, or the monkey, you know, stacked some boxes together to get to that banana, just so smart. Yeah.
I
And
agree.
they just look great too.
What's your favorite monkey?
Chimpanzee.
Ah, I agree. What about
Mhm.
you,
alright.
Sachin?
Favorite monkey?
No, favorite animal and
Favorite
why?
animal. Wait, before that, I remember when we were first planning this and we were trying to come up with like a name or something, and then we were thinking of making it monkey related, and at that time you had said the monkeys were like overrated.
Well, I partially stick by that because that was during a time when everyone was like bussing over monkeys. You know what I'm saying? Like every fifth sentence was about a monkey, and I'm like, man, there are other animals to talk about. But now the monkey hype has died down, and now they're perfectly rated.
I see.
That made this seem like a meta-analysis of like animals. That was
Yeah.
interesting. Anyway, favorite animal? I don't know. I just gotta. I'd probably go with like a moose. They just like chilling, you know. Also,
Okay.
they're
All right.
really big.
They're huge. Like I feel like just by pictures they don't look that big, but like bro,
Yeah,
they're
you're like, I could take
massive.
that,
They're like
and
twice
then you
as
see them
big as a
compared to
car,
a
bro.
car.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you hit a moose with your car, man.
Like I
You gotta
feel like
buy a
you'd
new
be just
car.
as tall as like just a leg.
Hmm.
Yeah, and
That's
then
for
like
me.
the Casual
Oh,
Geographic video on mooses, and it's titled "Why Moose Are the Greatest Threat to National Security." It was
they are.
pretty crazy.
They're menaces, I would say. So
What
I'd say as for me, I like platypuses. You know, Perry the platypus, very early icon in my childhood. But
classic?
platypuses are so weird. They have a bunch of features, like they got the beaver tail. They got like males have a poison spine on their hands. They got flippers. They look really cute. They can detect like electric electromagnetic waves in the water. They're kind of blind. They're just great looking animals.
Aren't
They're
they
so
also
And
weird,
they
yeah.
also lay eggs and stuff?
yeah, they lay eggs. Marsupials. Is that
Yeah,
no, not marsupial.
they're mammals though. That's the interesting part.
It's not marsupial. It's something else.
Honestly, a platypus
Monotreme.
is
Yeah, monotremes. That's it.
Hmm.
like the closest thing to a Pokemon in real life.
Yeah, that's probably why I like it so much. Ow. Yeah, they're really dope. All right, next question is by Mark Twain. Is human sperm a high quality protein source? Sophic, take it away. You have a lot of experience with this.
I don't know about all that, but you know, they do have they're like very mobile because they need to get to the egg,
Hmm.
and then that would require protein. So I would
Well,
assume yes.
Well, that would require sugar though, right? Not protein.
yeah, well, not a lot of people aren't studying the nutritional value of sperm. So usually when you look it up, it says like these values can vary by like a lot. But sperm's mostly water. And also, like to get any substantial like health things, you need to drink gallons of semen.
Yeah, just hypothetically.
You
Makes
need to
sense.
be bathing in it. You know what I'm saying? So, there are other protein sources out there.
Chicken's good.
Now, I wonder what Mark Twain was thinking about when he asked us that question.
Maybe he wasn't thinking a lot, because I'm pretty sure he's dead. We went over this last time too, but whatever.
All right. Next question by No. What are frogs? What are frogs? Topic.
um, Frogs are amphibians,
Mm-hmm.
Cor- correct.
and they jump
Also correct.
and they look really weird. I personally do not like
Yeah.
frogs.
Yeah, me neither. I think they're overhyped.
hmm Yeah, I know. There's like a lot of people who like play around with these amphibians and reptiles. I'm like, no, that could never be me, bro.
I
Like,
mean,
Dude, sometimes girls will just like pick them up and you're like, whoa,
yeah,
chill out with that maybe?
the
like
frogs with like the special colors are kind of cool though, like the tree frog and stuff.
gotta be careful with those though, because
Yeah,
like
the poisonous ones you gotta like be careful about though.
hmm
And then they also die pretty easily.
yeah, cool story. I don't know if
Well,
it was like a frog or toad, but one time I was walking to my house, I wasn't really paying attention, but there was a frog on my door, and then when I opened the door, it like fell onto my arm and then jumped into the house, and like yeah, it was big hassle trying to get that frog out of the house.
Did anyone freak out?
I did,
Was it
because
just
like it was
you?
like yeah, because like it just fell on me and it was like slimy and stuff, and like
I would have freaked out too.
I pushed it, but like I pushed it into the house, so yeah,
Poison dart frogs, if you raise them from like raise them and feed them, they're not poisonous.
really.
Yeah, because they get all their poison from the things they eat. So if you
Oh,
Oh,
just feed them non-toxic things, they won't be poisonous.
so what are the toxic things they be eating?
I don't know.
all right, Google search time.
Google search.
Okay,
Yeah, I didn't like
so
frog. Like a lot of people are into frogs now because they're cute. I'm like, I don't know. Maybe question mark, but they're really gross.
it says they eat
So
ants and termites, but like,
Maybe I was lying.
so like toads are kind of like the non-slimy version, right? or like just like a bigger?
They're just bigger. I think they're also slimy. They're just big, and
So
like
they're
their
are they
skin is
still
rough.
they're
All
still
right, no,
amphibians, right?
you were right, um, Ethan. They do. I guess the ants and other small insects have the toxins in their bodies,
Oh yeah, they just build it up. Well,
bioaccumulation.
frogs
Yeah.
are amphibians in the order Anura. So if it's in Anura, it's a frog.
Kind of cool because like I'm looking it up right now. Toads are also in the order Anura. And like a toad is a certain name for a frog. It's
Oh,
like a certain type of frog.
Oh,
You know, for
I
some
think.
type, I thought they had like dry leathery skin, right? So I thought they were reptiles, but no,
Uh huh.
they're still amphibians.
Yeah,
isn't it interesting how toads are like not orange, but then like in Naruto they're just orange.
dude, the Naruto frogs or toads are really cool.
Yeah.
Okay, I just searched toads colors and then I got like a Mario thing.
Yeah. Well, while you guys are looking at that, mosquitoes have killed half of all humans that have ever lived. That is not a question, but you can still talk about it, I guess. Thank you, Jimmy, for that fact that may or may not be real. But mosquitoes are dirty, man.
I Yeah, that's enough said right there.
They're just
Like
dirty.
malaria, everything. Well, I
You
mean,
got the
Hmm.
Zika, you got the.
they're kind of a G for like chocolate, but that's it.
Do you think like so we
What?
all know that like extinction, like
What?
just like killing off an entire species would have like catastrophic effects on the ecosystem, right?
Yeah.
Do you think the same thing would happen with mosquitoes? Like even though they're causing so much like trouble with diseases and stuff,
Well, a lot of organisms eat mosquitoes. So,
And I
but they
think,
could
like I said earlier, I think they also pollinate chocolate or something, cacao
really.
seeds or something. Let me look that up
You
just to make sure.
ever like catch a mosquito sucking your blood and you smash it and then there's like just a blood splatter of your own blood?
Yeah.
if you flex the spot where the mosquito's biting, it can't pull its stinger out.
Really? I haven't tried that.
So
I
like
need to
it's
try
biting your bicep and you like flex your bicep. I don't think you can pull it out.
What
So it's
kind
just
of
stuck there.
what kind of deranged man does that?
I did that
Why?
and I got it stuck. I got it stuck on me. So I'm like, I was thinking about how I was gonna kill it. It was probably like the most messed up thing I've ever done. I was
that.
like, I think it was on my hand. I flexed my hand and I was like, oh, this is gonna be nice. Maybe I'll pour hand sanitizer on my hand.
Bro, every time I visit India, like I always get so many mosquito bites, and like
Yeah,
at any one time, I'd probably have like at least 15 mosquito bites on me.
Yeah,
dude, they're
that's
awful. And then you got to get calamine for it.
Hmm. And it's kind of
Well,
weird because like it's like only like like in my family, like I guess like pretty much all of us get some mosquito bites, but I get the most compared to like my brother or anything.
your blood's sweeter.
Yeah, that has to do with like chemicals in your skin and blood that makes it more you know attractive for mosquitoes.
Well, we're reaching the time, you know what I'm saying? So, what did you learn, Savik? What did we all learn? We'll start with Savik. What did you learn?
Animals are just fascinating. It's just so much to know about them. So much that are similar and different from humans. We are animals, but like there's so many like similarities and differences. From evolution. It's just amazing.
Mm-hmm. What did you learn, Sachin?
um well, I learned more than I need to know about the different parts of the animal kingdom and
Mm-hmm.
also how some animals are just built different, like
Mm-hmm.
the platypus and stuff. And yeah,
That's good. I learned a lot. I learned a lot about a lot of things, a lot of people, a lot of animals. I learned that humans are really cool and that animals are really awesome, and that learning is very nice when you do it with other people. Thank you for learning with me, and I learned with you. Savik, do you have anything to shout out? Do you have any shout? Do you want to shout anything out, or any people out? You want to get anyone out the cage?
Um, Shout out to Miriam Shaw. Make
Mm-hmm.
sure birds are animals. Make sure you know
Okay.
that.
All right. Well, I thank you for joining us on this episode, episode 4 of the show themed animals. Next episode, we have our theme is going to be death and the end.
Yeah, ending is the
You
theme.
know, the bio.
That's
Well,
not
thank
like
you again.
ominous at all, you know.
Not well. Thank you again for joining our show, the show.
Thank you for
Until
having
next
me.
time. Do-do-do-do, do-do-do-do,
No, I'm still
do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do.
recording.
Oh, well, yeah, that's the end. Thank you, Savik. That was the end of the episode. Thank you.
I'm gonna like edit some stuff out there